Good day, everyone. Welcome to another episode of Lakbay. My name is 134 and I hope you have a good time today. After the previous episode, we went out on a quick mining session, which was around an hour, to get ourselves some more resources. We got some wood. We had to take some more wood because we kept dying. And we took a lot more cobblestone for ourselves. Oh, some lag over there. So let's show off what we found in terms of cobblestone. We go down to our mine over here, and we now have a double chest with a couple of stacks of cobblestone. So that should last us for a little bit, unless we start building with cobblestone, in which case we'll probably lose it all, or use it all rather. And besides that, we got ourselves some more other resources, such as coal and redstone. So let's show that off. So we now have some more coal, some more gravel, some more dirt. But more importantly, we have some iron, gold, and redstone. And I have this one particular piece of redstone in our inventory because this is our first piece of redstone, which we will now include in our treasure chest. Now, another thing that I did in between episodes was that I did some more research on arrows because if you might remember, in our previous episode, we were not able to craft any arrows, and that is because the crafting recipe used to be different. Instead of stick, arrow, and flint, stick, feather, and flint rather, it used to be stick, feather, and iron ingot, which means that arrows used to be much more expensive to make. I think that the flint recipe is much more intuitive because that's what an arrow looks like. But I guess it is nice to have arrows as a resource, and that is why they used to be made out of iron. Speaking of iron, I'm gonna smelt around half of my iron, or more than half of my iron. Because for this episode, we will once again head out into the wilderness and once again try to find some cactus and clay. And for that, we're gonna make some iron tools, but more specifically, we will be making some iron armor. So this will take a little bit to smelt into iron ingots. So we'll be right back once those are done. Okay, good news and bad news. Good news first, our iron has now all been smelted into iron ingots. Bad news is it's nighttime, so we can't really go out right now and head out on our journey for cactus and clay. Well, we could still do, however, it will be much more dangerous and it will be much more difficult to navigate our way back, but I guess we can do it. First, with our iron, let's make ourselves our armor. So we have that now, our iron chestplate, our leggings, helmet, and boots. So let's keep those and wear our new iron armor. So compared to leather, iron armor is much more durable, so which means we'll get much more damage resistance compared to leather armor, and it will last us for longer. So we wouldn't need to worry as much about any mobs that might attack us. In addition to that, let's probably make ourselves a bow as well. And I'm not sure whether we should make some arrows just yet. I'm not too worried about it. But it's mostly because I don't want to use iron for arrows right now. I looked at the previous clip once again, and it looks like the arrow does have an iron head to it, and that is why it uses an iron ingot. I bet that once it changes to flint, the arrowhead would become a flint in the arrow texture. Okay, so in our previous trip we headed that way, so this time let's head this way. Okay, let's head out, but we'll be using lots of torches to help ourselves navigate. We'll be using the light to help us figure out where we've been, and also to help you see what's going on. So we'll just follow this coastline over here. And then follow that coastline over there. Oh, it's turning daytime. Amazing. I guess I waited too long between clips. Oh, there's a dog outside. And it's quite noisy, unfortunately. But yeah, we're gonna keep walking along this beach, along other beaches until we find what we want to find. I just realized that my armor is taking some damage already, and I don't remember really taking any damage. Maybe I fell off somewhere? I don't remember taking any damage though. Is it the water? I hope it's not the water. But for now, let's just keep going, shall we? Okay, so our torches have run out, so we're gonna make some more. Let's hope we don't die as we do this. And we didn't. Okay, let's keep going. I know it's daytime and we don't really need light, but I'm mostly using this for navigation so that we can easily make our way back to our base. Because this will be quite a trip if my luck is to be trusted here. I'm not exactly a lucky person, so I'm not really expecting much out of this trip. There's lots of lag once again, probably because of loading all these new chunks. Meanwhile, we have one of our first large trees on this world. I almost said on this server. So let's just keep looking for our cactus and clay. Places like this give me so much hope. I almost think that this could be clay, but it's just sand really. And there's also a beach here which could spawn some cactus, but once again, there's not any here. So I'm always on the lookout for bodies of water, so that's why I'm staying near the coast, because that's where clay is supposed to spawn. Let's put another torch over here. And yeah, let's keep going. And we finally found our first clay. I'm only gonna take one, because we only need one brick. But you know what? Let's take it all. Since we're quite far away, we're not really worried about breaking up the landscape this far away from spawn. I'm glad to finally find some of this stuff. I was just about to say I'm giving up on finding the clay, but we found some. Hooray. Wait, there should be... Oops. Should be a few more clay balls. Because those are always in multiples of 4. So there should be some somewhere. Okay, heard that. Okay. Finally found some clay. All that's left now is the cactus. Then we can go back home. Now let's head out in this direction perhaps. But it's so dark, I can barely see anything right now. Especially, oh god, where am I? I'm in the cave, okay. This is quite a big patch of sand, so we might be able to find some cactus here, but once again, it's so dark. I don't know what I'm seeing. There's some grass, not some cactus, unfortunately. Okay, let's keep going. We've just placed our last torch on this island over here. Found some more clay, which is amazing. Let's pick it up. And one thing we could do, just to make our lives a bit easier, is to convert the clay balls into clay blocks for easier inventory management. And now, we have some more good news, which is that it's turning daytime, so we can see better. And also, okay, mobs are trying to follow us. Get away, get away. But we can still see our torches, so we can still easily find our way back home. That is our good news for now. I'm quite afraid of that skeleton though, because that probably means that I can't get any closer to that skeleton without taking loads of damage. I don't have any arrows either. So let's at least try to cross this water over here and avoid the skeleton if we can. Yeah, the arrow isn't getting much closer to us. Okay, thank you for killing the zombie. Let us now start following our torches back to our base. As it turns out, we had a very good idea in placing down the torches as often as we did, because I can see my house over yonder, that direction over there. I can see the roof, and it's such a good idea to just have some way of navigating back. Even though it's a bit of a roundabout way of getting back, it was a lot more guaranteed to do it this way than not at all being able to figure out how far we've gone in any direction, really. So yeah, we're back home. We're gonna get some more torches. We're gonna smelt our clay into bricks. And then we're gonna see how much time we have left in this episode. So, I'm thinking of having this central section of our floor be made of bricks, so we're gonna smelt 24 of our clay. But, wait. I bet we aren't able to smelt the clay directly. No, we are not, so we have to convert them into balls for that. So to do that, we just have to dig it up once again with our shovel. Oops. And we have a couple more left. Here's how much do we have? Yep. Let's keep those there. And let's start smelting our clay. So once we have, oops, put that there, put that there. Once we have the clay smelting, they will turn into bricks, and these bricks can then be turned into brick blocks. So that is what we will use to change the floor on this house. So we'll be back once we have smelted all the clay. Alright, that's the last piece of clay smelted. We now have our 96 bricks. So let's do an experiment here about these brick blocks. I want to see if we can break them without worrying about losing the item. So that's amazing. Which means if we ever decide to replace this floor once again later, we don't need to worry about losing the brick blocks. So we're now gonna tear down this floor, most of it rather, and replace it all with bricks. Hope my axe lasts though. It did. Just as I said as well. Oh well. So we now have all these bricks, which we will now place on our floor. Fancy. Now the floor seems a little bit too busy, but it's a nice change in texture I like the little bit of variety now when it comes to what the floor looks like. So just like what we did with the second floor where it's not all wood, our ground floor is also not all wood anymore. We might change this house a little bit by little bit, just like this, in the future, but for now, this is our new floor. Now that said, we've run out of time for this episode. We went on a trip, made some armor, and went on a trip to find ourselves some cactus and clay, and we found some clay and made some bricks out of it. So that's another one of our progression goals done. And now all that we have left is to find some cacti. So far we haven't had any luck. I have been checking the wiki, all the information I could find, and it seems that cactus should spawn in this world. However, it simply hasn't yet. So we're gonna keep looking in every patch of sand we can until we find some cactus, and then later on, hopefully, we'll be able to farm that as well, just like we did with the reeds. So, in our next episode, we'll be making another trip. We have some more coal for torches. We have some more wood for torches. We have our food as well. You know what? Let's make our torches right now. So we're gonna have a couple more stacks of torches to make our trip. This time we'll be heading southwards. We've headed east, we've headed west. Next time we'll be heading south to attempt to find some more cactus. If you want to see how that trip goes, and if you want to see what happens next in the series, please do feel free to subscribe. But for now, the grind continues. Goodbye, everyone.